thoughts on Critical Role. I'm really happy that they got the money and the animated series is happening. If you want to watch the show, you got to dedicate a lot of time to it. I watched it when I first graduated high school and wasn't in college at the time. And I'm not in college anymore, but you know how life is. It's a really good story, but you gotta dedicate so much time to it. That being said, I believe they have recaps up now, so if anyone wants to see the story that way, I watched a few of them for their second campaign, because I don't think, like, when I was fresh out of high school, sure, I had time to watch something long like that, but not anymore. Oh Jesus, I got him so low already. This is my chance. This is my chance. Oh my god, this could be the one. This could be the one. I need to bring up the new stream. That way I can look at the comments. The first thing was there was this YouTuber I liked. His name was Rich Alvarez. Well, is Rich Alvarez. He still has his channel. And he made a show called Stupid Mario Brothers. And it really made me, like, realize that you could, like, do cool stuff with YouTube. Like, I've never been one for fan fiction. But, you know, a story like that, like, seeing that somebody could put something they thought of like that. Like, I guess my love of film is why I love YouTube a little bit. But, you know, you kind of want to express yourself, and with growing up, I got him so low that time! When growing up, you don't have many outlets to express yourself. Like, for me, it was mostly talking to friends and theater, and much later in my life, DandD. I wish I had those things when I was younger, because I would be a very different person. But, yeah, you sort of learn that when you start doing YouTube, and I don't do it professionally or anything, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, but it's a really fun way to just get what you want out there. Like, you know, I like talking about movies, and, you know, adult life, you don't get to hang out with your friends as much, you don't have clubs at school where you can just talk about whatever you want, so when I made Stardust, it was just to be involved in a Nostalgia Critic video, which I didn't even get in. But I met amazing people, and they were people I liked talking about movies with, and I figured, hey, let's do something with this. So, yeah, that's the reason that, I guess, for lack of a better word, I'm the podcast leader. Like, I'm the host. I sort of, like, make sure everything goes according to plan. Is because I founded it. It was my idea, and I chose who was going to be in it. Like, everybody was my choice. Ron and Mel at the time didn't know each other well. Calum was literally a last-minute decision. Like, Calum lost his channel. I felt bad about it, so I was like, hey, you want to be in our show? And yeah, we just all got on really well, and we made a show together. We don't do it as much as we'd want to. Like, we've all talked about how often, like, we're trying, but I am literally moving for the second time within a year period now, and you know, it's just life, you know? Like, I have a lot of rough stuff going on, but I try to stay positive, and, you know, sometimes that gets in the way of... God damn it, he's murdering me! Sometimes that gets in the way of what we want to do, and you know, you really need to know what you need to do versus what you want to do. And unfortunately, since Reactaholics isn't our job, we don't have Patreon or anything. It is a want and not a need. So, you know, you gotta put life first, which is unfortunate. Because I would love to just get up every day, shoot a video. Like, me and Calum have literally discussed back when, like, when I had a little less responsibility, me and Calum just discussed doing a video every single day, even if it was just us sitting around talking. And I still like that idea, but it's unfeasible. It's impossible. Just to, oh, another headgear. Just to finish my thoughts, once again, on Ninja Turtles. I mean, I fucking love Batman. I fucking love the Ninja Turtles. Jesus Christ, what is that headpiece? But, you know, it's essentially like, hey Neil, do you want ketchup on your burger? Of course I want ketchup on my burger. Of course I want this to exist. And I'm so glad it's happening. They've already pleased me. However, if they would like to please me further, I'd really like to see some of those mutated Batman villains. Like, the one I distinctly remember is, I believe, Two-Face had a really cool one. But I believe that Joker turned into either a snake or a hyena, and he was creepy as fuck. I loved him. Riddler, I don't know why, I have a feeling that Riddler may have turned into like a walrus or something.
Swamp Thing wins.
Oh yeah, the pizza now. Yeah, Ron said this after the video, but since me and Ron talk privately, like, me and Ron actually, I didn't film it, I wish I would have. I was playing a game, and, oh no, he wasn't on PSN, that's why I didn't film it. Ron, on Christmas Eve, me and him got in a call, and we just talked, and we celebrated Christmas together, and it was really sweet. But, that night, I also, like, we were talking about Spider-Verse, and we were talking about Aquaman, and I compared both of them to food as well. So, after the episode we just shot, which is called, let's see if I can remember, Hate Red Noses and Breadsticks, Ron directly said to me, is there a reason you always compare movies to food? And my answer is, it just makes it very easy for people to understand. Like, when I say, oh, it's like when your friend gets pizza only for himself and he gives you the breadsticks. Like, everybody knows what that feeling is when you're expecting this really good thing that you hyped yourself up for, and instead you're getting something else, which is fine, but it's not as good. No, it's not because I'm always hungry. It's just, Kristen just asked me, is it because you're always hungry? No. Actually, when we shoot the show, Ron, Calum, they can all attest to this. Right after the show ends, my voice will be shot, and I'll be like, hey guys, I gotta go get something to drink. I am thirsty as hell after Reactaholics, because, you know, usually I have a drink on me, but if you listen carefully in Hatred, Red Noses, Hatred, Weed, and Red Noses, you can actually hear me open a 2-liter of cola, because, right there, I took a drink too. I was thirsty as fuck, and I couldn't contain it. My voice was gonna go out if I didn't.
Move aside, swamp creature. Disturb me at your own risk.
Oh, I know it's Calum's birthday today, Kristen. before the video ends, I'm actually gonna sing him happy birthday. Alright, this one match, I'm gonna go in absolute silence. This has been my worst one yet so far. The one I decided to go silent for, worst one yet. Jesus Christ, Jesus!
Swamp Thing wins.
I didn't even... Okay, 2 more of these and then we'll move on to something else. Sure. Batman can wear that. I also gotta check out the gear here later. Okay, more stuff to talk about. We've talked about a lot so far. We've talked about Ninja Turtles. I got the Steelbook for Into the Spider-Verse today. Which, just because I can't get enough of the feeling that movie gets me. I just... Fuck, Swamp Thing! I just want to talk a little bit about it. Oh, fuck you, you fucking leprechaun. So, for those of you who don't know, which... What are you doing if you don't know? But, let's say you don't know. Into the Spider-Verse, yeah, we're just gonna go do something else. Into the Spider-Verse is a, essentially a movie that is a giant love letter to Spider-Man and everything we love about Spider-Man. It is probably the best movie of 2018, and that is very, very high praise, considering how just incredible the movies that came out in 2018 were. Like, we got so many good movies. We got Aquaman, we got Teen Titans Go to the movies, we got Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, yeah, I agree, Kristen. Like, Kristen just said it was his favorite year for movies.
Begin.
I don't know if it's my favorite year, because my favorite year probably was when I was a kid and I was discovering movies for the first time. Like, you know, you have these, like, things you watch as a kid and they really shape who you are as an adult. Like, I'll get back to Into the Spider-Verse, but just briefly, I do want to talk about this. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Peter Pan. Like, that was my thing. And, one day, we were at Meijer, which is, for those who are unaware or out of the States. Oh yeah, Spider-Verse is probably my favorite movie of the year too, Kristen. But Meijer is just, like, sort of like Walmart. Like, I guess if you have a Kmart or a Target, they're more like that, but it's basically just a convenience store. So, I was hanging out in Meijer, and... and I was in a bargain bin, and I found the Kathy Rigby stage play of Peter Pan on DVD. So, I got it, and that's why I love Broadway. I don't even know if that was on Broadway, but that fucking play changed my life and inspired me to love Broadway. And I didn't even realize that's why I loved it until so farther down the line. Like, when I was just listening to Broadway music in my music class, or when we actually went to New York and we saw Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, I was like, why am I enjoying this so much? And it's because, as a kid, I loved this other Broadway show. And, God, just, when you're a kid, you never know what's going to change your life or be the biggest thing in your life. And that Peter Pan play fucking made Broadway now one of the biggest things. Like, I love stage production. I love stage shows. I've even been in a few plays, and I just like it. It's just a really great thing. Like, I love movies, don't get me wrong, but I also love Broadway. But to sort of segue back into why I brought this up, you know, one of the first movies I ever saw in theaters, well, I guess in my drive-in, which is still actually around, I go there all the time, is Spider-Man, like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man phase I really hate because I think it's boring. But it made me like Spider-Man, and you know, I started watching the cartoons, and I fell in love with the character, like, that's how it works. And, hold on, snack time, boys. Oh, I missed him. Fuck you, Black Adam. I started watching the cartoons and falling in love with the character, and, you know, Spider-Man as a character has been a part of my life my entire life.
How long till you die?
I'm a doctor, not a fortune teller.
That's a good line. And to see that movie, that paid homage to this thing I have loved and honored this thing I adore. It was just great, and it wasn't just fan service. There was a great story with Miles Morales. I got to see some of my favorite people, like Spider-Man Noir, Gwen, and my God, that movie just fucked me something good. For me, you see, I don't know if it was the 90s cartoon for me, because I don't remember the year. I was born in 1998. That's when I was born. I watched the one that went like Spider-Man, Radioactive Spider-Man. And I also watched, well, I did one theme song. Living on the edge, fighting crime, swinging webs. That one. I think I watched them all at one point. Oh, and then Spectacular Spider-Man, which, not spectacular. Ultimate Spider-Man, which does not have a theme song. Okay, that is the 90s one. Good. Spider-Man, Radioactive Spider-Man. That one was really cool. I especially like the end. They did a lot of Marvel shit, and they did a lot of Spider-Man shit. Like, you know, Mysterio is one of my favorite villains, and that's partially one of the reasons why. And I'm so excited for fucking Far From Home, because, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal looks like he's gonna do a good job. But if they actually make him a hero, I'm upset. But to finish my thoughts on Into the Spider-Verse, if you love this character, it is the perfect movie. It is just a great film to watch, and just I want to one day when I have kids, I want to show them this movie. Oh yeah, it's very funny I'm talking about Marvel while playing a DC game, but you know what? Nostalgia comes in all forms. I think that's all I really have to say about Spider-Verse. I mean, what else can I say except it's good? Yeah, it's good. There's really not a lot to say. Well, actually, that's not true. I could talk about it for hours. But, you know, I'd essentially just be saying the same things. Like, it's good. Here's why it's good. Come here, motherfucker. Blue Beetle, I am going to fuck you something fierce. Yes! But to change back on the subject of DC, I guess. I heard a rumor, I can't confirm anything, like, I don't know, but I heard a rumor that they are going to do a Batman Beyond movie in the same style has fucking Spider-Verse. And if they do that shit, and they do that shit well, that's going to be incredible. Like, oh hey, new pants. I know that, you know, Sony is trying to patent the art style they used for Into the Spider-Verse. And I kind of want them to not succeed, because I want to see more movies in this style. So if they... Oh, I'm still wearing shorts. Cool. If they just don't succeed and we see, like, Batman Beyond in a similar style to Into the Spider-Verse, that'd be really cool. But if they are not going that route, fine. We're getting a Batman Beyond movie. I'm not going to complain. It's just, if they do that, and the sole reason is, oh, we saw Spider-Verse did well, so we're going to do Batman Beyond now. Please do what Spider-Verse did. Please pay homage to Spider-Man and make it a giant love letter. Because I love these movies which are like giant love letters to the franchise. Like, with Teen Titans Go, it was a giant love letter to superhero movies. With the Lego movie, it was a giant love letter to toys and people who love toys. Like, it's just, whenever you make these love letter movies, and yes, Lego Batman was technically one of these, but admittedly, I didn't love Lego Batman. I didn't like it that much. Sorry. I thought it was fine. I thought it was pretty good, and I'm glad other people like it, but when me and Ron talked, and he was like, hey, what's a movie that other people love but you don't like? That was my pick. Jesus. Is it too much to ask to have good films from both Marvel and DC? The answer is no. Go fucking watch Aquaman. Aquaman is probably, like, listen, I agree, Spider-Verse, probably the best movie to come out in 2018, but Aquaman would have been the best had Spider-Verse not came out. Aquaman is really, really good, and so is, like, Shazam looks like it will be good, answering two questions there. I think Shazam is going to be really neat. I'm a little nervous for it because, you know, whereas Wonder Woman and Aquaman were silly but serious, like, a lot of shit goes down in both movies. Like, a town gets gassed in Wonder Woman. Jesus, I gotta get out of this corner. Oh, you motherfucker! Now you're in the corner. Well, now you're out of the corner. Fuck you, Flash. Damn. Here's the thing. Technically, after we got a really good DC movie, we got a kind of bad Marvel movie. And I don't think Captain Marvel is bad. I just don't think it's great. Oh yeah, Gal Gadot is hot. I believe she is an amazing actress. Like, what I like more than the fact that she's hot, because a lot of people are like, oh, she's so dreamy. No, I think she is, like, here's the thing. Patty Jenkins. She pulled a James Gunn, where she took a character that I really didn't like, and made me like her.
Isn't Bats training you?
Train me, I train him.
And, you know, I hated Wonder Woman. I hated Wonder Woman more than I hated the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because Wonder Woman, you know, with the Guardians of the Galaxy, there were these obscure characters that Marvel kept trying to shove down my throat, and I didn't like that, but fine, whatever, it doesn't matter. With Wonder Woman, she was one of the founding members of the Justice League, and every time I see her, she's just, like, really stern and rude and just not a hero I would follow. Now, granted, in the Justice League animated series, they do better with Wonder Woman. They make her like more of a parental, like stronger, womanly character. I don't think she's perfect in that series, but I think she's better. But in the comics, I hate her. I appalled her. And she has gotten better. But if you want to see what I think about Wonder Woman, go read the Injustice comics. Because the entire war that happened, Superman turning evil, that's essentially Wonder Woman's fault. I would follow... Kristen, no reason to be dirty here. I would follow Gal Gadot. Like, if she came to me and said, we need to fight in a war, the world needs you, I would follow her into battle. I would trust that she would protect me, and that we're gonna go do something great. And the interesting thing about that is, in that movie, you know, she's unexperienced. This is like her first mission, for lack of a better word. Like, this is her first time being a hero. So why would I follow her over Superman? I mean, I hope Shazam is good, because at this point, Mel said something along the lines of, Shazam is where this is either gonna sink or this is gonna swim. I kinda disagree with that. I feel like Aquaman is where they proved, okay, we can play with the big boys. But if it's bad, I'm gonna be really disappointed, because Shazam is a very different type of superhero. Ah, fuck, I've lost. Shazam is a very different type of superhero than we've ever really seen on screen. He's a kid and a superhero, and that dynamic is so cool. Fuck. That dynamic is so cool. So if you can make a movie out of Shazam, you can make a movie out of pretty much anybody. Like, you know, everyone likes to compare Guardians of the Galaxy. Like for, oh, well, if a talking raccoon and a talking tree can work, can't anything? Yeah, I agree. That definitely set the bar for what audiences are willing to accept. But now we're sort of testing the waters, where two actors are playing the exact same character, and we got to see this in a superhero setting. Like, I don't know if this movie is still coming, but that new Mutants trailer sort of did the same thing, where I was like, oh, this is a horror superhero movie. That's going to be neat to see.
Can you not stand the heat?
Yeah, Big. It is a lot like Big. Did I make two water-based puns? I didn't mean to make any water-based puns. God damn it, Starfire! I'm just gonna restart the match. Fuck you, lady.
Begin.
Yeah, Shazam is such a different character that if you would have asked me which is gonna work, Aquaman movie or Shazam movie, my bet would have been on Aquaman, and they did good with Aquaman. They did very good with Aquaman, so I really hope Shazam is good. I feel like the trailers have all been very good, so I'm expecting it to be good. Like with Captain Marvel, I knew what I was getting into. But with Shazam, I will be very disappointed if it's a bad movie. Yes, we were talking about Aquaman, so water puns are fine. You got any more questions, Kristen? I will answer them. Okay. But just off the top of my head, something to talk about while I get more questions. Oh, I could talk about steelbooks briefly. I collect steelbooks. I actually got the Into the Spider-Verse one just now. like today. And fuck.
So you win? Everybody needs friends.
Yeah, fuck it. Is this gonna get my health up? Oh yeah. Come here, fucker. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I like steelbooks. Me and my cousin collect them. Blah blah blah. Science. Hold on. Kristen, I see that you're commenting. I will get to that, I promise. No! No!
Feel the burn. You singe my pigtails.
Yes, we're gonna die. No!
Starfire wins.
80s film. 80s film. I'm trying to think of what came out in the 80s. Probably Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If that came out in the 80s. I don't know. I was a 90s 2000 kid, dude. I liked 80s movies, but here's the thing. Whenever I watch a movie, I don't look at the year. So you could literally ask me, hey, what year did Iron Man come out? And I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe 2008, because I think last year was the 10-year anniversary of Marvel. Couldn't tell you when Captain America came out. Couldn't tell you. I don't know years, so I guess maybe Ninja Turtles.
I am a lover and a fighter.
Oh, dude. I am getting fucked. Jesus, Starfire. Alright. I'm gonna focus a little more on the match. Because then if you have more questions, I will just speak. I will say things. And I will try to do this. I do want Shazam to come out quicker, though, because I like going to the theater, and I haven't been doing that lately. I didn't see the Lego Movie, too. I'm probably gonna see it sometime, just not right now. Come on, fucker. Alright.
You must admit this is exciting.
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Now I can talk about this. You see, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in Reactaholics. Maybe Jon does, but besides Jon, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in Reactaholics who watches Game of Thrones. I've seen every episode, because my cousin, his name is Sebastian, he is my best friend, he really got me into it. And, you know, I don't remember all the names. Like, he is a pro at... God damn it, Starfire! Yeah, everybody compares him to Sebastian the Crab, Kristen. You're not special. This is a joke I've heard before. But, yeah, my favorite character in Game of Thrones is Tyrion, who Sebastian is convinced is going to die. His favorite character is Jon Snow, which is really cool because he looks a lot like Kit Harington. My personal, like, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of theories. Like, I do think, Tyrion might die this season. But I don't think he's gonna die how Sebastian said. Sebastian thinks he's gonna betray Jon and Dany. Maybe out of love, but mostly because he believes that Cersei is actually pregnant and wants to help her. And I don't see it going that way. Tyrion is too smart for that. Tyrion is smarter than that. And it would really suck if that is the end of his story, because He's the coolest character in the show. The Battle of Blackwater is actually my favorite episode. And it's very Tyrion focused. Alright, Starfire. Let's see if this can happen. I just smacked myself on the leg. Ow. That was dumb of me. Alright, a few more and then we'll go do something else. Because I'm a loser, and losers lose. That's how losing works. Try Starfire. Just lose your health so I can use my super move. Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah, eat her fucking face off. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Game of Thrones is just very, very entertaining, very good. Can't wait for that final episode. There's so much, like, wow. Just, it's gonna be great.
Let's end this. As long as it's rough.
Jesus, Harley. You're into some kinky shit. And I'm dead. 'Cause I suck.
Starfire wins.
Fuck you, Starfire. Alright. Well. Okay. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. But we'll do it as Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
We'll see if I can beat her as Sub-Zero, and if I can. Well, Kristen just said he's not ready for Game of Thrones to end. I'm ready. I'm ready. Like, you know,
Begin.
all the greatest things have to come to an end. Because if not, you'll get a Simpsons situation. There is a reason Gravity Falls only had 2 seasons. And as unfortunate as it is to say, it is because they wanted to go out on a good note. There isn't a single bad episode of Gravity Falls, and if they just went on forever, there would have been. Like, look at Avatar: The Last Airbender. No one wanted that to end. But its finale is one of the best ever, and it has a perfect story. It's rare we get shit that is that good, and you know what? When it comes time to end, I refer you to my status on DandD characters. DandD characters can die. That's something that can happen in the game. So when it's time for a DandD character to die, you just gotta rock that shit and try to make it the coolest ending possible. Like, tell your story and make sure when it does end, it ended as best as it could. I firmly believe that if a story goes on forever, it can't be good. And I realize, like, there's an argument for me right here where it's like, Neil, aren't you a fan of Power Rangers? Yeah, but they do a different story with different characters every season. And they do callbacks to the other characters. So, technically Power Rangers has found this middle ground where it's sort of like, oh, well, we are telling different stories. But if you just tell the same story and do the same thing over and over again, people get bored. Like, with Power Rangers, you have RPM, which is a really adult post-apocalyptic world. Oh, by the way, fuck you, Starfire, you stupid fucking bitch! She was so mean to me, and I got my vengeance. I am a very nice person, honest to God, but God, that really upset me. I will let it out. I will let it out. With Power Rangers, it's different. You have the one where the Power Rangers use magic. You have the one where they are cops. Like, there are fantasy stories. There are adult stories. There are space operas and a few about cars. The car ones, well, RPM is technically a car one, and you know, RPM is probably one of the best Power Rangers seasons there is. It's just, there's so much variety with Power Rangers. And if you can sit down and enjoy it as an adult, like, you know, Power Rangers can live forever because the nature of the story they're telling can go forever. But with Game of Thrones, like, it needs to end. We need to see the White Walkers come. We need to find out who's going to end up on the Iron Throne. And to put it in the words of Jon Snow, winter is here. Like, they can't stretch this out anymore. Winter isn't coming anymore. It's here. Winter has came. And, you know, a story with no ending is... Like, would you have a story without a beginning? No, you can't leave it out. It's important. And if you can't leave out one part of beginning, middle, and end, the beginning, what makes you think you can leave out the ending? You know, I do kind of look like a Power Ranger right now. I mean, you know, without my helmet. But this is my green alt, because green's my favorite character. Green's my favorite color. That's partially because of Power Rangers, but also because of Luigi. Alright. I'm almost done. I just have to beat Aquaman and Enchantress, I think? I didn't see who that last person was.
Begin.
Let's go, Shirtless Wonder. Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But yeah, Power Rangers is the best. And Game of Thrones, it needs to end. We need to see resolution. Characters I think who are going to die in Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, but it may be time for the Hound, Mr. Sandar Clegane, to hit the bucket. I want to see Clegane Bull, though. I want to see the Mountain face off against the Hound. I want that. God, Aquaman! Jesus! Hey, subs! Easy! He's kinda kicking our asses. In fact, I'm just gonna restart the match. Well, I guess I could go with it. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this, but I'll just hold out till the end. Fuck. I think not Sansa. I think Arya might die. If Jaime doesn't die, Brienne of Tarth might. Because I think Jaime's gonna kill Cersei. And I think it might have something to do with Tyrion dying. Sir Davos probably gonna die. I think we're gonna have a Harry Potter situation. Oh, I accidentally went to new character. Well, okay, let's switch back to Harley. We're gonna have a Harry Potter situation where a lot of the side characters are going to die.
Begin.
Like, Cersei better die. Cersei is my least favorite fictional character ever. I hate her. So, if she could just die, and I could see it, like, I hate her more than Joffrey. I hate her more than Ramsay. There we go. Time to get down with the clown, Aqua Bro. Fun fact, I actually met Jack Gleason, the guy who played Joffrey at Comic-Con. He's a really nice dude. He was there with his girlfriend, or a lady, and I was there a little early. I was hanging out with a friend who works there, and I actually got to talk to him a little. Yeah, that's real. That happened. It was brief, it was just hi, and he said hi, and that was it. Never talked to him again. I mean, Comic-Con is cool. You get to do shit like that at Comic-Con. Well, don't get too jealous though, Kristen, because it was literally just hi. Hi. That's it. That's me talking to Joffrey.
Begin.
Oh no, I lost my jacket! Now I look like a stripper! How dare you, Aquaman! Yes. Bear. Oh yeah, I'm hoping for a lot of Batman villains in the Ninja Turtles thing. Because we've already seen Shredder is going to be in it. I hope Bebop and Rocksteady show up. If they're going to do the comic, Krang has to show up. Like, I'm pretty sure Krang's important in the comic. Oh, we also saw Baxter Stockman as a Fly. So, yeah, we're going to see some Ninja Turtles villains, too. And I'm really excited to see how Batgirl and Damian, I don't know if Nightwing is in the movie, I hope he is, but I wonder how Batgirl and Damian are going to deal with that. Oh, I need to land 6 special moves during this. Jesus! God damn it, Aquaman! Calm down! Jesus! God! Jesus. No. I need to hit you with super moves. But this one will work for now. No, it's just because I'm under-leveled and kind of new to the game. Get him, Lou. No. No. No! I hit my knee again.
Aquaman wins.
Fuck you, Aquaman. Fuck you and your pointy crown. Stop showing me your nipples.
Begin.